She watches the photographer as they walk from the station in silence. His eyes on the road ahead, cold stare. She knows he knows she's trying to get his attention, but he won't look round. Ignores her. Seems to know where he's going. Dark clouds blow fast through the grey sky. Feels the street around her hostile. Adrenal rush poisons the blood. Wonders why she's here. What am I doing? Where am I going? Something odd about the way he walks. Too much swagger. Bit of a bowl. Deviant android trying to walk like a gangster. Confident but not quite right. Who is he? Bag on her shoulder heavier with each step. Through streets shabbier all along the way. Houses dilapidated, ramshackle shops. Each more crumbled than the last. The further they go, more ruined, worn out. A tumbled down dream town. Wraith buildings, haunted alleyways. As though with each step a moment further into her own decrepit down and out desolation. Outcast and lost. Cracked concrete, rust. A drop in the void. Falling through isolated aberration. Loneliness of being with another being. Feeling a walking blind, holding the hand of someone she hopes will guide her, but his eyes are shut and he can't see either. They're going nowhere. I got no soul. The town run down, bleak, scarred bricks, graffiti, shop fronts boarded up, flats above derelict. They drift along, stepping over crushed cans and dried dog shit. Empty bottles in the gutter. A window with no pane. Black space through splintered wooden frame. Bins overflowing. Broken down buildings, destitute people. Stood around staring into space. Empty eyes like zombies. Ghosts. Shattered glass on the pavement, jewels in the dust. Stray dog whining. Looks at him a moment. Limps away with his tongue out. A car pulls up and several men who'd been standing on a street corner walk over to it as the window goes down. One of the men passes a passenger something and he gives something else back to him. She watches them as they walk along. Aliens in a strange world. The car rolls away and the photographer takes a photograph of the street and the people floating through it. A man stares at them, looking with interest at their luggage and the camera. Tall girl in a short skirt, made up like a clown, smiles and blows her a kiss. She looks away, frightened by these spectral beings. But she is the vagabond here and she knows it. The photographer has arranged somewhere to stay. Cheap short-term rent. They find it on the street corner of a quiet road. A little shop 2 doors up. Handy. Buy a few bits for tea. The door to the flat is wretched. Peeled paint, split wood. Looks like it's been kicked in at some point. He turns the key and the door's stuck. A boot at the bottom releases it from its wooden frame and they climb a narrow staircase in the dark. Dim light on the landing, a single bulb fizzes in the gloom. Light glows around the lamp, but doesn't penetrate the darkness beyond. The photographer opens the door to the flat, and they go into a cold hall. Smell of damp wood, musty, old carpet, tobacco marks on the ceiling. They put their bags in the corner and look round. In the front room, a small square table and 2 chairs to one side. Dirty couch the other end. Blue walls like at her house but lighter. A van goes by outside and the window pane rattles in the frame. She feels a draught and shivers. The small green room off the hall has a window at one end and the light outside is fading, but the glare through the glass makes everything in the room look dark. Double bed appears from the shadows. Old cupboard in the corner. Sad atmosphere of death. as though some poor sad sod's bad dreams were haunting the room. The kitchen looks grubby, cupboard door hangs on one hinge, brown rings on the worktop, broken tiles, orange light blinks on the boiler. The bathroom cold and damp, sound of dripping water. The photographer pulls a cord and the light goes on with a loud double click, echo in the still air. Pedestal basin with a tap that drips, plug hole like saying evil comes out of it at night. Old style toilet with high cistern and a broken chain hanging. Large spider on the wall. The bath is cracked, yellow stain in the bottom. Flash of light as the bulb pops and the room is dark. The photographer sorts out the boiler, puts the heating on, she makes tea. Kettle boils and the sound of boiling water fills the room. The switch clicks and the bubbling fades away. They look at each other and smile. She stirs the tea and the spoon going round in the mugs is loud in her ears. Feels him staring at her side of her head. Why am I here? Who are you? She looks into the tea going round in the mug. Who am I? We'll only be here for a while. I'm going to protect you. You're a wonderful girl and you deserve better. She looks at him suspiciously, penetrating eyes of a predator, unreadable smirk of a salesman at the door, a feeling like venom through the veins. Time slows down. He can hear my thoughts. The photographer turns on the single fluorescent tube and his skin has a green tinge in the harsh light. His teeth looked white before, but now she can see they're yellow, brown lines at the front, gaps between. They drink their tea as the sky darkens. Out the window, a magpie dives at a bush, screams of unseen birds. I can take some interesting photographs here. Yeah? Yeah, you in the flat. Me? Why not? She sees his eyes scan her head to toe. Her clothes disintegrate under the weight of his leer. She holds her arms across her body, his mouth on hers. Her arms drop and she dissolves in the saliva of their passion.